Long ago, on his wandering journey, an old monk walked slowly across sun-scorched fields. The path led him to a small village where the steady sound of chiseling stones echoed through the air. He stopped and listened. The hammer striking against rock was dry and harsh, thud, thud, like the earth itself sighing. Curious, he stepped closer. There, a group of men were working. Their clothes were drenched in sweat, their backs bent under the weight of labor. The monk approached one man, folded his hands, and asked gently, "My friend, what are you doing here?" The man paused, hastily wiped the sweat from his brow, and glared. "Can't you see? I'm cutting stones, day after day, month after month. Why do you ask? My life is nothing but toil under the burning sun, nothing but suffering. Leave me alone." His voice was sharp with anger, as if every hammer blow he struck was also hammering at his own misfortune. The monk nodded, unbothered, offered a faint smile, and quietly moved on. He approached another man who was also striking a heavy block of stone. With the same calm patience, the monk asked, "My friend, what are you doing here?" The man lifted his head. His voice was less bitter, but there was no joy in it either. "I'm working for wages. Today's labor will give me some money to feed my family. That's all that matters. As for what these stones will become, I neither know nor care. For me, it's enough if I can bring home a little pay." After speaking, he bowed his head again and continued his work, his eyes clouded with weariness. The monk sighed softly. Though not as irritable as the first, this man saw his work only as a trade, a mere exchange, devoid of deeper meaning or joy. The monk continued walking until he saw yet another man. This man, too, was chiseling stone, but his face was entirely different. Under the blazing sun, he wore a radiant smile, and his eyes gleamed with light. From time to time, as his hammer struck the rock, he quietly hummed, as though he had discovered a melody within the rhythm of labor. The monk gently asked, "You too are working here. Can you tell me, what are you doing?" The man set down his hammer for a moment, wiped the sweat from his brow, and smiled brightly. "Venerable sir, we are building a temple for our village. You see, until now, the villagers have had to travel to neighboring towns whenever they wanted to pray. But when this temple is finished, people will gather here, sing, and worship right in their own home." The monk's eyes softened. "But the sun is hot and the work is heavy. Do you not feel tired?" The man laughed heartily. "Not at all, sir. Each time my hammer strikes the stone, I hear a joyful tune. I imagine the day when the temple stands tall, when the villagers are filled with happiness. I feel I am offering a gift of peace and joy to many lives. To me, this labor is not a burden. It is a joy, a devotion to the divine. Every evening I return home and sleep soundly, my heart filled with satisfaction." As he spoke, he lifted his hammer again and began to sing. His warm voice blended with the rhythm of his blows, echoing across the worksite. The monk smiled gently, placed a hand on the man's shoulder, and felt his heart warmed. Then he continued on his way, his mind filled with deep reflection. Along the road he pondered, "Indeed, happiness does not depend on whether work is heavy or light, nor on how much money we gain. Happiness lies in how we perceive and engage with the work itself. The same task, one person sees as torment, another as mere survival, yet another transforms into a joy, a song offered to life." The monk stopped beneath a tree, closed his eyes, and meditated. In this life, most people work reluctantly. They complain, they feel burdened, they believe they are forced. Thus, their work is left incomplete and their hearts remain restless. But those who labor with enthusiasm and devotion, with a heart full of purpose, not only accomplish their tasks well, but also discover joy along the way. He then recalled the teaching of the Enlightened One. Work itself is meditation. The monk realized that meditation was not only about sitting silently beneath a tree, nor only about watching one's breath. Meditation is present in every ordinary act, as long as it is done with mindfulness, love, and wholehearted attention. To chisel stone, cook food, sweep the yard, or sow seeds, if done with joy, with focus, with presence, that is meditation. And such meditation does not separate us from life, but flows through every breath, every motion. The monk walked on, his heart serene. Happiness is not far away. It is found in discovering meaning within each act we perform. If one spends a lifetime working in bitterness, happiness will never arrive, no matter the wealth or success. But if one works with delight and dedication, seeing every task as service, as a hymn to life, then happiness will be present instantly. He paused once more, looking back toward the village where the temple was being built. In the echo of hammers, he no longer heard a dry, harsh sound. Instead, he heard the heartbeat of devoted souls, and within those beats, he recognized a simple truth. Happiness is a choice, shaped by how we live and work each day. Final message. In life, each person has their own work. Some see it as a burden, some as mere survival, while others transform it into joy and meaning. Happiness does not depend on whether the task is heavy or light. It depends on how we choose to engage with it. When we work with joy, dedication, and gratitude, we not only have success in the material world, but also touch true peace within the soul.